Hello everyone, happy Navratri. So this is our house Golu for 2024, 9-step Golu. So we start with the traditional Chettiar Bommai, Talayatam Bommai, and we have some porcelain dolls from Burma. These are over 150 years old. And then here we have the Marapachi Bommai and some international dolls from our travels. So here we have Ganesha, Venkatachalapati. This Ganesha was made by my husband using clay and then painted. We have scenes from Krishna Leela here, and then we have scenes from Ramayana, Ashtalakshmi set, the Dasavatar set, and these are the Trimurtis and Lakshmi Parvati. They have been made using Barbies and Kens. And then we have Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, Krishna and Hanuman. So this is our main 9-step Golu. So every year for Golu we keep a new theme, and this year my theme is the story of Garuda. Garuda is a half bird, half man, very powerful being, and this story tells us about how he was born and how he ended up being Vishnu's Vahanam or vehicle. So here we have sage Kashyapa, who is one of the most powerful sages and father to all the Devas, Gandharvas, Apsaras and most of the animal kingdom. He had over 13 wives. So he grants a boon to two of his wives, Vinata and Kadru, and asks them that they can have sons. So what kind of sons they need. So Kadru tells the sage that she would like to have 1,000 snakes, and Vinata says she'd like to have 2 sons whose strength and valor should surpass Kadru's snakes. So Sage Kashyapa, he does a very yagna here, and after the end of the yagna, Kadru gets 1,000 eggs and Vinata gets her 2 eggs. After a few hundred years, Kadru's egg finally hatch and the snakes come out, but Vinata's eggs do not hatch. So she gets very impatient and she breaks open one of the eggs, but the child who comes out of the egg is not fully formed yet. So the child curses Vinata, saying that she is going to be a slave because she was impatient, and she needs to be patient with her other egg, other son. Only he can save from the bondage. So Vinata decides to wait. So here is a forest scene where we have tried to show Kadru and Vinata. They are in the forest with the snakes, and they see a celestial horse of Charavas fly by. So they start arguing over the color of the horse. Vinata says the horse is a white horse, whereas Kadru says the horse is a black tail. So they decide to come the next day, and Kadru says, if the horse has a black tail, then you are going to be my slave. So then Kadru calls for her sons, the Naga snakes, and asks them to help her out. So the snakes go and they do intertwine that horse's tail and make it look back. So next day when Kadru and Vinata goes to the forest to see the snake, they see that the horse has a black tail. So as a result, Kadru wins by cheating and Vinata becomes a slave. Soon Garuda hatches out of his egg and he comes out. So he's as soon as he was born, he is very powerful and very strong. He grows up in size immediately. He does not like the fact that his mom is a slave and he wants to free her from the bondage. So he asks the Naga snakes how he can free his mom. So they ask him to bring the Amrit from Indralok. Once he gets the Amrit, his mother is free. So Garuda decides to go on the mission, and then he decides to go to heaven and get the Amrit. So here is Garuda flying to heaven to get the Amrit. So while he's flying over the forest, he does meet his father who is meditating, and then his father gives him the blessings and also asks him to devour an elephant and a tortoise who are fighting downstairs. So he devours them, gets the energy, and then finally he goes to heaven. In heaven, Indra and all the Devas are waiting for Garuda, and they know he's come to take the Amrit. So they put the Amrit in a place which is guarded by serpents, fire, and a lot of other things like a Chakravyu. But Garuda is stronger than all the Devas put together, so he defeats all of them and takes the Amrit and gets ready to go back home. So this is heaven, where we see Indra and the Devas and Garuda here fighting with the serpents to get the Amrit. So Vishnu, who is noticing all this, he sees that Garuda, even though he has Amrit, he does not take a drop for himself. So he gives him 2 boons. Even Devas cannot resist the temptation. So he gives two boons, and here one Vishnu asks him to be his vehicle or vahanam. So here is Garuda and Vishnu on top of him, and he is flying away. So here we are trying to show Garuda flying with Vishnu on his back. So finally, Garuda takes the Amrit back and heads back home to give it to the snakes. Lord Indra tells him not to give the Amrit to the snakes, but Garuda says he needs to free his mom from the bondage, so he has to do it. But Garuda tells Indra, if you will not give the snakes to Amrit, Indra can take it away from them. So Garuda frees his mom, shows the Amrit to the snakes and frees his mom, and he tells them that I will keep it in the forest. Once you're done with your bath, you can come and take it. So he keeps the Amrit in the forest, but when the snakes go to take the bath, Indra comes and takes the Amrit and goes back to heaven with it. So snakes don't get the Amrit, and hence everybody is the heaven is saved. So this is what we wanted to show, a story of how Garuda was born and how he became Vishnu Vahanam. So this is our theme. Hope you enjoyed the Golu. Happy Navratri everyone. Thank you.